it's not. Normally it's numbers. Screens are up, so it doesn't matter, but I shouldn't be pulling a code. I should be sitting at 30 to 40. Did you guys unplug the monitors and stuff today?
I don't know.
Yeah, the monitors are all correct, and they're the same resolution, or better be. All right, so where's I need to go to the live control room. We need the plug for this.
Right here.
Thank you. And you're going to manage the YouTube stuff?
Yep.
Cody says he's going to try to do it remotely, but I don't think it's going to work out. Come on. Downside to the delay.
Yeah.
I really wish we could delay it right here.
Yeah, you could talk to YouTube. Okay, I can close all that and just have comms up here.
Yeah, that's all we... Well, I'd like to have the rules up for the league.
Question.
I can get that.
Yeah.
Thank you, and go on to give away ads for Billy Bob.
What's the giveaway?
That's stating that you guys are giving stuff away on your YouTube channel.
Let's leave the giveaway out. The thank you, yes.
Ads are ready.
All right, do we do a sound check?
Yeah, we did it earlier and it was
Okay.
working good.
Well, I hear the game really loud, but I don't hear us really loud.
Right.
So can you push us up a couple ticks?
Of course.
Okay, this check.
Yep, check.
Yeah, let's hold it right there. I think that sounds good.
Where's the...
Here through that.
Yes, you'll be able to hear it through those headphones, and I want you to monitor that. We need to be louder than the game. Okay.
Yes.
Where's the league? Soldier Force.
Kirby, I want you to give me a couple knocks on the table or something, wave or something, so that when they start their 30-second countdown, I want to know.
Yep, you got
Okay,
it.
thank you.
Ah. Rules. Bam.
Yeah, I want that up so that we can go to it, and then let's get another tab up showing the brackets.
Okay.
So Badger got disqualified?
That sounded like it. We'll go over it in the stream debrief.
And then Group B is all we care about right now.
Yeah, just
What's our standings look like? Standings, right here. So
drills.
Danger is 2-0. Wolf and Recon is 0-2. So we've had the same teams winning and the same teams losing.
That makes sense.
I would have hoped that some of these teams would have...
Right, but Watchdog and River of Death has been doing good.
Yeah. Well, we covered Watchdog last week, right?
Right.
Okay, I
Recon
should
is hurting.
better start picking something up here soon.
Yeah.
And I want an ad for Kill Raux.
Yeah, I got 2 takers. I'm sending them up. Right
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know.
now. Thank you. And it should be up here in about a minute.
Here we go.
30
They're
seconds.
ready and up.
Okay, thank you. Come on.
We're going in the match now.
There. Okay, it says we've got a stream.
The event will begin in a few minutes.
We're streaming. overlay, John? Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of the Soldier of Fortune League league play.
Yeah.
Where we have... Okay, yeah, my head's somewhere else. We got Danger versus Wolfen Recon for you tonight. We did watch Wolfen Recon on week 1, so we're back with them again this evening. We'll see if see how they do against Danger.
I hope to see they've improved. They've had some time to practice now, have some other battalions to go up against, so we'll see how they do in this match against Danger.
Yeah, it would be very interesting to see. As usual, our start has been just a little bit on a rocky side. So, Raux are starting with Lost Island.
Yeah, both teams decided to can other maps that were in for the...
Yeah, that's Cold Strike that got dropped. So, Wolfen Recon, I think they got the first pick, and I think they said, no, we're not doing Cold Strike.
Yeah.
Because they are the home team here.
Actually, what it was sounding like in the meetings, Cerebius, is that they each decided a one map, and they just dropped those maps before they even went in. So they got together and just decided that right before they went in.
Yep. So all right. Well, both teams are now trying to get themselves into position, and
it's a southern fight as usual on Lost Island, except for one of Wolf Recon's Lab 300s going around the long way of the island. And Wolf Recon has started to cap the base early, which is interesting.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting. I don't know. No, that doesn't appear to be an accident. They are intentionally going in. And I think that's smart of Wolfen Recon, by the way, to send somebody north. Just in case.
Right, just in case. You can send one guy north and it works, but if you lose that guy, you're in a lot of trouble. And here we can see some shots getting fired down on the southern side of the map, and it looks like Wolfen Recon has lost one of their tanks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's not good.
And they've lost one tank. They're down a tank now, and it looks like...
Is that a submarine tank there?
It is a submarine tank. BMD-1 does have the capability to go underwater for longer than 10 seconds. It has a 20-second countdown, and I don't know what their Lab 300 is doing. He just got stuck down there, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like he's not going to make it out.
And he's down. He got destroyed by a Lab 300.
Okay, and now we're fighting in the cap circle, and this is a pretty big deal here.
It is, because if Wolfen Recon can hold on to this successfully, then they'll have the win. And here we can see the difference in the tanks. And actually, Wolfen Recon just lost 4 vehicles. The 4 vehicles down now, and Danger has not lost a single vehicle.
Yeah, that's not looking good for Wolfen Recon here. But you know, first game jitters, coming back into it.
It happens.
I'm sure we've got something going on that's just, you know, we've seen it every time.
Yeah.
The first game seems to be a little different than all the rest. I'm sure Wolfen Recon is just trying to put together their first game here.
And it just those last 3 guys were surviving very well, but now it's 1-7. I don't think he's getting out of there alive.
If he does, I'm gonna call him Superman. And he doesn't.
And he doesn't.
And he doesn't. Yeah. Okay, so we've got Danger up 1 to Wolfen Recon's 0.
It's the first game though, so that's normal.
Yeah, it is the first game. It is the first game.
And so I think what was interesting there is we were seeing a lot of 040s.
Yeah, we were. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal. Sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, Tank Supplies. All shipping handled through Pluto Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mark 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes. Wish this product was real, never going to be made. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. Tired of all that ice making your tank slip and slide around? You need Billy Bob's anti-slip and grip pellets. Just one bag of this, you'll get all the grip you've ever needed. Climb anything, climb anywhere. Never slide back, just tank forward. Billy Bob's, we get you there. Anti-slip and grip pellets only available on Neptune.
Welcome.
All right, so
So the first match went really quick.
It did.
Danger just kind of walking away with all of the goodies there. But speaking of goodies, we've got free stuff.
we do have free stuff. And Cerebius, the question in the chat is, how many games are there?
There are 7. There are 7 games spread out over 8 weeks. So you have week 7. So 7 weeks of regular tournaments, and then week 8 will be the championship tournament, where we'll see the action going.
Right. So we have free stuff to give away. I think that's where you were going, Cerebius.
Yes,
Free
that's
stuff?
where we were going. We got free stuff to give away. We've got a WZ 1224
Right.
to give away, and we have got a Mark 6 leader giveaway. Both of those are raffles. Both those raffles can be found in the comments. The links to them can be found in the comments to the chat. And if you're not seeing that, if you're not seeing the links, just ask, and they'll get posted into the chat for you right away. We have really good guys who moderate the chat, and we're in great shape that way. So looking forward to giving away the
stuff.
goodies, free stuff for everybody.
Yep. And when we announce the winners of the free stuff, it will be at the end of the last round after the 7th match, correct, Cerebius?
Yes, it'll be at the end. Don't shut down, because we will do it live. It'll be part of the stream, and we will announce the winners to our raffles.
To our wonderful.
Yes.
And announce the winners to our wonderful audience.
To our wonderful audience.
You
Yes.
said announce the winners to our raffles.
Yes. Well, I was going to go to the
I
raffle
see
and,
it,
and
yeah.
whisper who is going to win, but I don't
okay.
have that much control. Rafflecopter, we want to thank Rafflecopter. They've been really good in supporting us and helping us out with this. They're the ones running the raffles. It's their software that does the whole thing, and we're in really good shape with them. So thankful to Rafflecopter for helping us out with that. And that leaves us with match 2 coming up here in about 8 minutes.
Indeed, and speaking of which, I want to go back to the tank tons that they're bringing. We see Wolf Recon here bringing a lot of lighter vehicles. They have Lab 300s, 2040s, and then they just seem to have a Type 69 and a Starship as their main armor, which I find interesting compared to Danger's 3 T64s, BMD1, and 3 Lab 300s. They're much more unified, while Wolf Recon is kind of going with what they feel. I think Wolf Recon is taking tanks they're more comfortable with at this level. What do you think, Cerebius?
I think, we've seen a lot of different meta approaches to Lost Island.
We have.
So, I don't know that we've seen one yet that says this is the winner. Because it was on Lost Island last week that TAA did the cap thing, didn't they?
Yes. Port Storm, actually.
Oh, Port Storm.
Port Storm.
Right, my mistake there. So, everybody's still trying to figure out what works good. Of course, it gets exciting because Obsidian and My.com will release patches and updates,
Yes.
which change the tanks.
They do.
So where you think you've got a meta that's working, suddenly you've got a meta that's changed.
Well, like in early in the early access, the Sheridan M551 Tier 4 light tank had a derp gun. Okay, but during early access, that derp gun was accurate, and so I'd snipe with it. And
Right.
You get hit with a 152 millimeter gun that does 500 damage at Tier 4. It ruins your day, to be
Right.
frank.
Well, in an early access, we saw the XM1. It was the super tank. Everybody wanted an XM1.
I had the XM1.
So
That was amazing.
And the winning team was the team with the most XM1s.
Or if the other team didn't have one, you were done.
Yeah. Well, that's the team with the most XM1s.
Yes.
So, it's fun to see how that changes. I actually think it's kind of exciting to see the Obsidian My.com changes come into the tournament and kind of wreck, for the lack of better terms, everybody's plans for the next week, because it's obviously not going to work for them. Hats off to Wolf and Recon 1. A little background on these guys. This is week number 1 for them. Or this is they're brand new. This is their first official tournament.
And they're doing very well for themselves. I
They're
think.
doing amazingly well for themselves. So it'll be exciting to see as they
mature through the tournaments.
as they mature through the tournaments and improve, and what happens there. Because when we talked with them, one of the things they said is, we didn't even exist really until the idea of this league came together. And then they started pulling it all together and making it happen. So now we've got the switch. We've got Danger in red on the west side of the map, and we've got Wolfen Recon in blue on the east side of the map.
They do change sides, and that's why we have to say that at the beginning of every match. Otherwise, we get confused, and it gets weird.
It gets weird. And I'll be honest, the changing sides and color things really messes with my head, but that's okay. Here we are, and
it's 8 seconds still, and we can see everybody lined up here. A lot of people sporting the camo, which is absolutely gorgeous on most of these tanks.
Love the new camo system from ObsidianMy.com. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just truly enjoying that. While these guys are getting into position for the first battle, and it looks like they're going to go south, we want to give a shout out to Armored Warfare Leagues. This is a community-sponsored league. Nobody here is getting any money or anything. There is support from ObsidianMy.com. They've been very supportive of the tournaments and the leagues. But this is all put on by the Armored Warfare League guys. And they're doing it because, we got to have tournaments. And my hat's off to them for taking some initiative and saying, hey, we got to have tournaments. They contacted everybody and put this together, and here we are. So it looks like big battle in the south. Nobody even bothered to go north. There's not even the scouting.
There's no one scout. And
there's not even the scout.
It seems to be the meta on this map. Everybody goes north. Everybody goes south. My mistake. And some people hold up at the cap circle when they spawn on the western side, and then they just charge in. And it looks like we have a very aggressive push here by Wolfen Recon. They're tired of getting the back end of the stick, and they're pushing right into that cap circle is what it looks like. However, it has
and shots are fired.
Tank.
Shots are fired. Oh, and they're down a tank already.
Yeah, they lost the Starship, which...
The Starship that's an interesting tank. It's an interesting tank. And it's just got that top hatch that's so easy. You just can't hide that thing.
It's a gentleman. It's a gentleman tank.
There you go. A gentleman's tank. So here we go. We're engaging now near the cap circle as we've got crazy Canuck shooting uphill into nobody now.
Yeah, into nobody.
Crazy Canuck just kind of bought the farm there.
The Wolfen Recon issue here is they are almost surrounded. Whilst Danger has a very solid line, Wolfen Recon is kind of separated, and they're getting fired at from multiple angles, which, as you can see, is not working out well for them. They're down 4 tanks again, and it's a struggle to fight in a position like that.
Yeah, they're down to 1 now. He's fully surrounded. These Wolfen Recon guys...
And it's done.
Yeah. Good game, Wolfen Recon. These Wolfen Recon guys every week bring a game, and they're always bringing new ideas. That's the thing I really like about watching them is the new ideas. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try this, and it's very creative, very pushing for. I think Wolfen Recon is going to be a force to be reckoned with as they gain experience together and start gelling as a battalion and a team. So looking forward to seeing how all that works out and what we end up with there. And there we go. And how they do.
Yep.
So my hat's off to Wolfen Recon and where that's going.
Woo, doggy.
And-
Billy Bob here. The Lab 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I'll tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's Try Another Tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted you all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my Grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier. Tank's never going to be built or supplied. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you when you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode. Trailer will explode when hit, so will you. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Artie too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop. I got it. The Artie umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up, let it rain, because it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you when you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode. Trailer will explode when hit, so will you. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Wolfpack got you all bothered? Like that new camo look, but can't afford it? Call me. I just got in my all-new line of Never Seen It camo. Only 8,500 credits. You put this on, y'all never see the credits you spend again. Billy Bob's, we got you covered. And in some cases, uncamouflaged. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, all shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down, pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
We got Wolf and Recon, always being creative, always bringing stuff. Danger
Is a little more established. They've been in the game, but they're not one of the massive battalions such as Guerrillas or what was the other one? My apologies for forgetting all of the battalion names just suddenly.
Oh yeah, let's draw a blank. But yeah, we've got lots of teams here that are competing and what's going on. So what I liked about Danger's play in that last match is they just seem to be really well coordinated. Mm-hmm. There seemed to be some good focus fire happening, and they were just really well coordinated on where they were trying to get to and what they were doing. So
right, they've been in some of the other tournaments. They're just not as big as Guerrillas.
Right.
Is the thing. They don't have as much manpower.
So let's talk about Danger's tanks. We got 3 T-64s, 3 Lav 300s, and 1 BMD-1.
This is starting to become the main setup for this.
Lots of BMD-1s.
The BMD-1 has the highest spotting range at Tier 4. So it's the Scout.
Right.
And the Lav 300s have one of the most powerful guns and one of the most accurate and fast firing. The T-64s are there to take the hits because they have good frontal armor, they're fairly mobile, and...
So do you think that's too many Lav 300s? I would think, and this is me, right? I would think that having 4 T-64s and 2 Lav 300s would be a better mix. But I don't know, are we seeing the big battles out on the scouting?
We are. It's mostly due to the light tanks and the tank destroyers out in the field who are duking it out and really winning the fight, getting those flanking positions on the main battle tanks and just annihilating them completely.
Okay, well, there you go. So we're going to Port Storm is our next match, and we are less than 2 minutes away from starting that. Let's talk about Port Storm. This one, I think we've seen it every week. Nobody's voted this one off the island.
No.
Nobody's voted this one off and said, hey, we're not doing Port Storm. And we've seen the hill there that's over the cap circle really be a critical component of the strategies going into it. So, excuse me, your thoughts there, Ralph?
I think this map plays itself to a lot of different strategies. You have the sniping that can happen in the field, but we haven't seen a lot of that. Mostly on this map, we've seen a lot of brawls, and it's usually a battle for the hill. Whoever wins the hill wins the game. Unless you're TAA and bum rush the cap circle.
yeah, which was an interesting thing. That was creative. I'm going to give TAA a lot of credit for doing that and really putting them on their back foot. So we're in good shape that way, and I like watching the Port Storm matches personally. I enjoy seeing them. There's plenty of action there, and lots of room for teams to really work strategies.
Right.
But it does seem that teams that get into and control the area directly around the cap circle, most particularly that hill, tend to be the ones that do better. Not always, but tend to do the ones that be better. But protecting that hill can be difficult. I mean, you can shoot at it from almost every side and the front.
Yeah, but the thing is, the hill has some cover on the top. You get on top of the hill and you can fire down. You get all the view range on top of the hill. And everything just kind of goes in your way if you can play it right. If you can't play it right and have poor gun depression, that could be a very difficult thing to do.
It could be. All right, so here we go. We're loading in again. And I guess we're just going to see what happens here as we got Wolf and Recon in blue again. Now, remember when they switch maps, they don't switch sides. So we'll see them in blue and in reds alternately. So Wolf and Recon in blue coming from the southwest, and Danger in red coming from the northeast.
And what we've seen on this map is whoever's in the northeast can push the hill easier.
Right, they have that advantage.
They don't have all that open ground, and it's a little closer to get on top of the hill.
And unlike what we've seen in previous weeks, this one is encounter. Or I'm sorry, standard, not encounter. This is a standard match. So going into it, we're going to have the hill isn't that critical for the cap circle.
No, because they both have their own cap circles.
Right. So
and which means that TAA's ultimate noob strategy of bum rushing cap will not work.
yeah. Well, I'm not sure that was ultimate noob. I still think that was really smart. Nobody was expecting it, and it worked, and it worked really fast.
Never said the noob stuff couldn't work. It's just, it usually doesn't. But hey, if it's stupid and it works, it's not stupid.
So here's interesting things. We've got all the main battle tanks. Nobody went into the containers.
No, it's all in the field, which is rare. We haven't seen that yet in the tournaments. They are all staying in the field, which I think is very interesting. The main battle tanks with BMP-1P heading up to the hill to spot, while all the tank destroyers and everybody else is heading to the fields to duke it out, which I find fascinating.
Yeah, I do find that fascinating because, of course, in the PvP matches, when we see them, which are not the same because you don't have coordinated comms, you see everybody except for the, tank destroyers and so on. All the main battle tanks go into the containers and they fight it out on those lines.
Well, it's harder to get flanked in the city. It's
right.
that simple. And main battle tanks don't do well when they get flanked. I don't do well when I get flanked, Cerebius. Am I crazy or do you do well?
I know that when I flank somebody else, I do really good.
Alrighty. And it looks like we have a couple of shots being fired from the hill. No definitive damage yet. Both teams just kind of poking each other, saying, come at me, bro. Nah, bro, you come at me. And they're just kind of staring at each other right now.
And Danger's got control of the hill with those T-64s. So, that's a good position for them. And we're seeing some damage now. Wolf and Recon taking some hits on their two 040s as they're engaging. I'm not sure what they're engaging, but it's not been a fair trade as they're taking hits.
Ooh, yeah, they lost it looks like Wolf and Recon just lost both their Lav 300s, which could hurt them in the long run.
Well, they lost two. They still have one Lav 300 left.
Right.
But yeah, that
you
could
lose
be
that DPM, which hurts you really badly.
It does. And it could create some difficult situations there. And they've got looks like one of their 040s is really maybe 2 shots away from being dead, and the other one's in good health. But those T-64s just seem to pick up.
And there goes the other 040. And the thing about this is I think the T-64 against the 040 wins every time, especially on a city map like this.
Yeah, so, I don't know. The 040 is a good tank.
It is a good tank.
I enjoy playing it.
It's a very good tank. But when you're playing in PvP against T-64s, the way the O40 wins is it's got two things that the T-64 doesn't. Gun depression
Oh, and
mobility.
they just lost another lap 300.
That
They're
was
down to their
brutal.
starship, which has got the big cannon. Maybe he can do something here, but no, he's about to get fully surrounded. And yeah, there he goes. So another match to Danger. Well done. Wolfen Recon still trying to put it together, still doing stuff.
Right.
You know,
and going back to my thing about the O40s, they have gun depression and mobility. They do also have the cheese turret, the Italian cheese wedge turret.
yeah, okay, that's really good if you can get a full hold down position
Right,
and only expose your turret.
But to win with O40s on a map like Port Storm, you take it to the snipers area. They need to be in the dunes. O40s don't do well in cities. They do well in hills. And the T-64 does bad in the hills, but well in cities. So you've got to force your opponent to come to you if you're in the O40s, because your opponent has all the armor and a bigger gun.
So then, Raux, do you think then for Wolfen Recon, maybe the better strategy would be to switch and take a defensive position, protect their cap circle, and make Danger come to them, where they can get their tanks into good defensive positions, get hold down, and take advantage of, as you call it, the cheese wedge turret.
I think they should switch up their tanks for Port Storm, because the T-64s are not going to be willing to come out of the city. And they can snipe from the hill really well and get down. There's actually hold down positions on the hill.
Well, they're switching sides, so we'll see if that has any merit on it here. But you know, one of the things I really like about the Wolfen Recon team is the matching wolf head on all the tanks. I don't know whose idea that was, but I think it's gorgeous.
It is.
You know, it just
And you gotta give them credit for not being a little more personalized, selfish about it and saying, I want something else. I want the invisible St. Patty's Day decal.
Yeah.
The light bends around it and it becomes invisible.
yeah, I like Wolfen Recon. I do. I like them a lot. I think that as time passes, we're going to see Wolfen Recon become a serious contender. They're already showing things that say we're coordinated and we're working together. They're demonstrating that capability in the way their tanks are lined up, in the way that they're coordinated on their camo, they're coordinated on how their tanks look. This says we're trying to be
A coordinated team.
a
They
unit.
lack experience. The minute
Right,
they
and
have the
they're just-
experience, they're going to be very, very deadly.
Right. Yeah, and I think they're going to be massively deadly.
I hope. I'm hoping here.
I'm
that
hoping so, too.
When it goes to the tier 7 stuff, if that's in yet, I want to see them playing the Wolfpack tanks. I think that would be amazing.
Except I don't think they allow premium tanks in the leagues. I think that's a rule thing that they can't bring premium tanks.
I know for the tournaments it got
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah, just check the rules there, Raux, and no premiums are permitted in the leagues.
That's no fun.
Now that's different.
That's no fun.
That's different than the tournaments.
It is.
The monthly tournaments. But
Because in the monthly
leagues-
tournaments, you can bring whatever you want, as long
Well,
as it doesn't have to suck.
sometimes, you know, the cool thing about the tournaments is the rules adjust each tournament, so it gets fun that way. It's really creative. And again, kudos to Armor Warfare Leagues for coming up with these different ideas and creative ways of having these teams engage and playing together.
Yeah. Which
So-
I enjoy. Ugh.
I believe we're less than 2 minutes now, and maybe not.
We'll see how it goes. But there's more starships.
We're 3
here.
minutes. We're 3
There's
minutes away.
starships. Wolfen Recon is bringing 2 derp guns of doom. Starships.
You think? Okay. So let's talk about the Starship versus the O40. Bigger gun.
If they're shooting at each other at point blank range and nobody's trying to angle or bounce nothing, they're just shooting at each other, it's very tight.
So do you think that Wolfen Recon is signaling that, hey, we're coming head on?
Maybe, but if you upgrade the accuracy on the Starship, it's not too bad. 0.09 if you do it right.
0. Yeah, if you do it right, 0.09.
And let's face it, you get hit by that thing twice, you're in a lot of trouble. 3 times can one shot just about any tank of tier 4. Sometimes 2 if you roll really high.
If you roll really high. So we'll see how they use it. They'll see how they use that. Of course, they don't have their full team in yet. they're still only showing 5 of the 7 players. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with the other 2 tanks, but it looks like one of the Crazy Canucks PC needed to get restarted. So
we'll go to a restart, and actually, I think we have somebody else who is talking to us.
oh, we do.
Yes.
Are you hearing voices in your head?
I'm always hearing voices in my head.
All right, but do you pay attention to them?
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You getting heated with all those little tanks come in, steal your shot? Move in so fast like gnats at a picnic? Ooh-wee, I got just the thing for you. Pest be gone. One spray of this, they'll fall over in their tracks. Pest be gone. No more snapping on your snacks. Till they pick themselves back up. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal. Sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, Tank Supplies. All shipping handled through Puro Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted you all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems in mind. Man, they say my grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier. Tank's never gonna be built or supplied. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Artie too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop. I got it. The Artie umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up, let it rain, because it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mark 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes. Wish this product was real. Never going to be made.
You know what we have, Ralph? You know what we have, Ralphs? We have free stuff.
Free stuff.
Free stuff.
Always good to have free stuff.
Yeah, and today we are giving away tanks, and more tanks.
Yes, lots of tanks.
Well, we have 2 of them that we are giving away.
Ooh,
The first one is the WZ 1224. That is a premium Chinese tank that does really good.
It does do really good. Recently, the lower armor was nerfed a little bit to make it a little more realistic to fight. 'Cause
Yeah.
that thing was a nightmare.
That thing was a nightmare. And you know how you get this free stuff? You go to our raffles. The links are in the chat, so go ahead, step into the chat there. If you're not watching us, if you're not paying attention to the chat, bring the chat up. The links are there. And go sign up for the raffle. Please do not sign up more than one time. That will disqualify you from the raffle.
You can enter each one once. You can enter once for the Mark 6 and once for the WZ, but you cannot enter either of them twice.
Right. So please make sure that you follow those rules, because we really want to see everybody have an opportunity to get these tanks and enjoy them. So we're going to have a WZ and then the Mark 6 leader.
Yeah, which is an exclusive tank.
Yes.
You can't win it. You can't. Well, you can.
You can only win it.
You can only win it. You can't
buy
it. You can't. Well.
Okay, no, you can't buy it.
No.
We're gonna roll with that. So. Oh, and we're rolling a man down.
A man
for
down.
Wolf and Recon.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. And they brought
Yeah.
a swing fire. I didn't see a swing fire coming.
I didn't see a swing fire coming, but
I mean,
okay.
swing fire can
well,
do
look,
good.
Swing fires have one thing.
Two things.
That's really amazing. A view range that's almost the entire mini map.
And a camo radius. You can see it right there if you're looking at the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. That white bar is the camo.
Yeah, right now that tank's invisible.
It could go up, clean another tank, and be gone before the other tank even noticed it was there.
Yes. So the swing fire, it could work.
It could work as long as it doesn't get spotted. You get spotted,
Yeah.
that's when you're toast. End of story.
Well, no, if you get spotted, you just got to make sure you run away right away versus trying to take one more shot. Because you try
Yeah.
that one more shot, you'll get shot at.
Because it's a missile. It doesn't just fire. It fires 2 guided missiles. That's it.
Yeah,
and it reloads for 14 seconds.
it's completely paper.
Right. And here we have the O40s from Wolfen Recon. It looks like, or the O40, it looks like they've switched up a little bit. They have 2 Lav 300s, 2 T64s, an O40, and a Swing Fire as their scout, which is interesting. And it looks like they're trying to get up that hill and take it really quick.
Yeah, and so Wolfen Recon in red, Danger in blue, red coming from the northeast, blue coming from the southwest, which, coming from the northeast, they get that hill first, which, if that swing fire gets up there, could be a massive view. If nothing else, it's going to tell them where everybody is. He may not live long, but he'll tell them.
Yep.
They'll know very quickly where everybody is because the view range on that swing fire is just absolutely unreal. So it looks like, Danger looks like he's got a shot there. He's trying to get himself in position, so might have some engage going on here.
Yep, and it looks like the C64 is in a good position. He's hold down. He can get shots on the field without exposing himself, which is really good. That turret is really strong for Tier 4.
Yeah, and he's using those rocks on his left to really help himself out. So, and we've got Wolfen Recon has lost one.
Really?
Yeah, they've lost a tank already.
They lost, so they're
The last
essentially
300.
down 2 tanks.
Yeah, they're
which isn't
effectively
good.
down 2 tanks, which is difficult to come back from. And I didn't get to see the chat. I'm not sure why they started a tank down, but okay, they're the ones running it, so they couldn't start without them saying okay.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like they've tried to dispute it in the chat.
Yeah.
So that means that this is agreed to. It's perfectly. Both teams are okay with this, which is very interesting. And there goes this swing fire's done. It's got a
there boom. There goes the swing fire.
Headshot.
The paper armor. So now we got Wolfen Recon down to 2 tanks.
And
I will give Wolfen Recon credit. Every man fights till he's gone. They don't just like, okay, well, there's just 2 of us. I'm going to play Ring Around the Rosies, hide from the other team. They engage, and they fight every time. And that's going to get them a lot of experience. That's going to help them improve as a team and as individuals. And like I said, I think we're going to see Wolfen Recon in future seasons really become a serious contender. I really do. So
it will. They're a very unified team.
So next week,
next week
we will be covering Hammer Legion and Moose. And both these teams, as of today, are 0-2. So I don't know how they'll do today. We'll see what that does. But both of these teams are 0-2. So somebody's going to come out with a win on their hands next week. If one of them doesn't win this week, we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. So hopefully Wolfen Recon's got stuff put together now, and they're going to get their team back, and we'll see what happens. So again, kudos to Wolfen Recon for what they're doing, and we look forward to seeing them more.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. Tired of all that ice making your tank slip and slide around? You need Billy Bob's anti-slip and grip pellets. Just 1 bag of this, you'll get all the grip you've ever needed. Climb anything, climb anywhere. Never slide back, just tank forward. Billy Bob's, we get you there.
Anti-slip and grip pellets only available on Neptune.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, all shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank.
Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Wolfpack got you all bothered? Like that new camo look, but can't afford it? Call me. I just got in my all-new line of Never Seen It camo. Only 8,500 credits. You put this on, y'all never see the credits you spend again. Billy Bob's, we got you covered, and in some cases, uncamouflaged. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you when you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode. Trailer will explode when hit, so will you.
And tomorrow, for those of you that are watching,
Oh, no.
we have a wonderful event tomorrow. It is Kill Raux. Same time as the league, 6 p.m. Pacific. Come on and watch Raux in a take on everyone format. And if you want to get involved, jump onto our Discord channel. A link will be posted in the chat on how to get to our Discord channel. And jump on there. You can see the rules. There's a Kill Raux rules section, and then there's a Kill Raux chat. If you're going to participate in the Kill Raux event, you need to be in the chat so we can get you on comms and make sure that your beautiful voice gets heard by everybody else watching. If you don't want to participate, watch as Raux takes on everyone. It is fun to see. Raux does actually a really good job of taking on a lot of people. He is our Unicum
Don't say
player.
that I'm not, though.
Yeah, he is. He is. He likes to be in denial about it, but the reality is he is. So, that said, yeah, come watch Kill Raux tomorrow right here, Gorlon's Army YouTube. The stream announcement should be up later today, and you can watch as Raux takes on a whole bunch of people. If you're really curious to see how it plays out, you can see some of our past streams for our past Kill Raux events, and you'll see what I'm talking about, that Raux really does live in denial and is a much better player than he likes to let on. Speaking of Raux, I want to introduce the rest of the Gorlon's Army team. We have running our broadcast booth and managing all of it, the brains, the brawn, and all of that, Grinley from Gorlon's Army. He's the one, if you're seeing it on the screen and you're hearing my voice, which you are, Grinley is responsible for that happening to him, and we thank him for doing that. It's a very stress-related job, and he does an amazing job of it, and he's doing better every week. On camera 1, we have Tank Blaster. You might know him as Billy Bob. He does all of our Billy Bob voice work, and he runs camera 1 for us.
And he writes most of the commercials, too. He does the voice and writes
He
it.
does all the creative. This is his brainchild, and
I just drew the picture. That's all Raux did.
yeah, and it is working really well. On camera 2, we have Care Bear. Yes, that's his real name. It is Care Bear. Care Bear runs our camera and is the grunt, if you will. He does what nobody else wants to, because we tell him to, and he's really good about saying yes. So we like Care Bear and all that he does. These guys do an amazing job on running the cameras and running what you guys see. Of course, sitting next to me is Raux,
Hi.
my co-commentator. He is our Unicum player and our incredible encyclopedia of tanks. If you want to know something about a tank, Raux knows it. And if he doesn't know it, he'll make it up until he knows what it really is.
Yes, I will.
So we like that. That is our team. We are missing tonight. We're a man down. We're missing Bullet, who had a personal engagement this evening, so wasn't able to make it. We miss him, and Raux is covering for him as Bullet normally covers our chat.
Hi, that's me
And-
typing to you guys.
And so Raux is our moderator tonight, and he's covering all of our chat. So we thank him for double duty, and if he seems distracted, that's why. And if you're hearing more of me, that's why.
I feel sorry for you
Cerebius.
guys. I feel sorry for you guys.
I'm Cerebius, and I'm just here in awe of everybody else. I just look around and go, wow, how did I get to work with such a great team? And I'm very thankful for that. So that is the Gorlon's Army team. It's not just Raux and I that brings this to you. It is a whole slew of people that bring it to you.
We should introduce the computer sometime.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. We have lots of them.
We do have. I think we're running what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5 computers?
Yeah, 6.
6?
6, yeah.
Oh, okay. We got 6
So-
computers, and
a lot of bandwidth, and
Wish we had more.
yeah, we always wish we had more bandwidth. So those of you who happen to be bandwidth deity, we would love more. Just send it along. So teams are getting ready to load out now. We should be getting into the match soon. I'm not seeing too many tank changes here, as Wolfen Recon is now bringing T-64s. So,
Ooh.
and they don't have a BMD. So this will be interesting because that BMD Scout, and there's still a man down. I don't know what happened here, but it looks. I think somebody may have lost a computer somewhere,
And they're running with it.
and they're running with it.
Major kudos.
Again, Wolfen Recon stepping up to the plate and saying, we are going to play professionally. We're not going to whine. We're not going to complain. We're going to be a team, and we're going to play professionally. That doesn't work. And that's the way it's going to be. And it has worked incredibly well for them to do that. And they're stepping up here again. I'm really impressed with Wolfen Recon. Every week, they step in, they step up, and they play well. And I'm looking forward to seeing how they do. So
Now,
we've
we're
got
on the. Ooh, I like this map. I like River Point.
yes, we're on River Point. We've got Danger in blue from the south and Wolfen Recon in red from the north. And it is an encounter map, so we'll probably see everybody going into the circle. That was pretty cool watching the Lab 300 catch some air there. You know, it always fascinates me how few accidents there are coming out of the launch.
You've been playing on teams and these calm battles where everybody's communicating. I get it. Everybody's communicating. Everybody knows where everybody else is going. But in the random battles, have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen that. I'm talking about, look, the potential is dramatically huge for there to be more accidents. Not to say they don't happen, they do,
Right.
okay? But they happen substantially better than what you would think, given you've got 15 random players all trying to go someplace that is potentially in conflict with each other.
Now
All right,
we
so
got-
here we go. We've got
We
Danger,
got the scouts from Danger pushing up the western side of the map.
and
this
we're going to have an
guy-
engagement right now.
And I think that Lab 300 is dead.
Yeah, that Lab 300, unless he is a major player.
And boom.
Yeah, he's a 2-on-1.
Not saying you're not a major player, but that's rough.
Yeah, 2-on-1, especially 2 Lab 300s on one.
I think it was 3. They had 2 Lab 300s and a BMD, I think.
Oh, did
No,
they have a
3.
BMD?
3 Lab 300s.
3 had
were on
Lab
that guy.
300s. Yeah, that's not going to work well for anybody.
Ooh, and Danger is going for the cap as well. That's a good play. They're up tanks and they got to force their opponents to them now. And it's 7-3, which is rough.
and oh man, again, Wolfen Recon finds them in a difficult position on where to be, and they're going for. I don't know why we are jumping tanks like faster than I can say words.
Sonic's driving the camera again.
Yeah, I know. Sonic needs to get off and put Tank Blaster and Care Bear back on.
And it looks like they got one more 040 up on the hill, which is where the 040 should be. Very hilly,
Yep.
very good gun turret. He's just got to play it. But it looks like he's not... I'm going to assume here that Wolf Recon is fairly new to the game, as they've just created the battalion they're competing now. I don't think they know the maps as well as they could, and I think that's hurting them.
It may be. You know, that may be. But still, Wolfen Recon is here. They're playing, they're engaging, and they're
And-
fighting to the end.
And they're doing well. Although, I had a comment in the chat here that I want to read out loud.
Okay, read it out loud.
This is from Kabuditi.
Okay, all right.
Okay, the game should have a TOG 2 submarine Easter egg. You'll see a periscope before it surfaces and it launches cruise missiles.
And of course, all of you that are from World of Tanks know what the TOG 2 is all about.
Maybe Billy Bob will come up with a TOG 2.
Yeah, maybe he'll come up with a TOG 2 retrofit.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Yeah, Billy Bob's always creative. It will be interesting to see what he comes up with there. So, again, Danger takes it, and we are waiting for the next match, and then we've got 2 matches left, right, Raux? Yeah, we have 2
Yeah,
matches
we got 2
left.
matches left, and then we give away free side. It has been hauling tonight.
Well, that's because historically it has been, your games start on the 15 minutes.
Right, but now they're not doing that anymore, and I kind of like the new version. Because there's a lot less dead time for us to kill.
Well, yeah, there's less dead time for us to kill. I'll agree with that.
And I
but
think-
I like the other version because if you caught up late, you knew where you were getting in at.
True.
You know,
but I also think if you get early now, you don't have to wait as long. So if you have something you need to do, you can usually reserve an hour.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pros and cons to both.
So in the chat, let's hear from you guys. What do you think? Is it you liking the new format, the quick play format, or are we better off with the time games like we had before? Love to hear your comments on that and see where it's at. And while we're waiting for these guys to come up, I think we're going to listen to a little more Billy Bob.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. The Live 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's. Try another tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You getting heated with all those little tanks come in, steal your shot? Move in so fast like gnats at a picnic? Ooh-wee, I got just the thing for you. Pests be gone. One spray of this, they'll fall over in their tracks. Pests be gone. No more snapping on your snacks till they pick themselves back up. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Wolfpack got you all bothered? Like that new camo look, but can't afford it? Call me. I just got in my all-new line of Never Seen It camo. Only 8,500 credits. You put this on, y'all never see the credits you spend again. Billy Bob's, we got you covered. And in some cases, uncamouflaged. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal. Sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, Tank Supplies. All shipping handled through Pluto Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Just wanted you all to know we're filling up the tanks and getting ready to roll out with a new line to solve all your problems and mine. Man, they say my grandpappy Zhang was third world. Wait till you see these. Light tanks with heavy guns, heavy tanks with light guns. How about a solid tank with a super gun? Special one-shot kill capabilities. Super scope so you can find all your enemies and friends on the field. Armor so strong, 20 tanks can't stop it. Sounds great, right? You like it, I like it, let's make a deal. Billy Bob's, your new tank supplier. Tank's never going to be built or supplied.
And you know we've got more free stuff to talk about.
We do have the free stuff, although something came up during the free stuff that I found out about through the chat. Thank you, chat, for letting me know. In the WZ, we have a little bug. You cannot enter your in-game name and stuff, so we will email the winners and get that info from you, although the Mark 6 is working just fine. So,
Okay, so still enter the raffle, please.
Yes.
We apologize for the miscue on the raffle, but we're there. And Wolfen Recon still playing one man down, but maybe what they need to do is come to the Kill Raux event.
Ooh, yeah, they could. I'd start to have trouble with that.
You think?
I
One
think
guy
I would.
against 6 on comms?
Yes, I'd have problems with that. All you gotta do is rush the cap circle and sit there. That's it. You can't win against that.
Oh, you're just being a naysayer now. I think you could win.
Sure, we'll go with that.
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I can win anything.
Yes, you can. We all know. So we've got Kill Raux tomorrow. And
Yes.
those are always fun to watch. Raux has died in very creative ways. And
I
Raux is...
haven't fell off a cliff yet.
No, he has not fallen off a cliff yet.
Crap, now they're gonna want to push me to a cliff.
And Raux has... he hasn't drowned yet. So if you want to push
No.
Raux into the water, might be
Please
fun.
don't. That happens in public matches. I'm in my T90 MS on Lost Island. I get in the shallow water and it just explodes because it's not tall enough. Why you do this, Russia?
Because they wanted a low-profile tank so it would hide easier.
The the British had it right. High profile tanks just put all of the armor on.
Just load it up with
All
armor,
of the armor.
and let it sit out there in front. Okay. So we've got 1 minute left here before they load in. It doesn't look like anybody's changed anything up. We're still on River Point.
They're rolling, Cerebius.
They're rolling?
Yes.
They're rolling.
They're rolling.
Okay,
rolling,
fine.
rolling.
Keep the games are rolling. Tank on. Oh, that was bad.
Wow,
Okay.
that was bad. Don't do that, Cerebius.
I had to scare somebody. And here we go. We're in. Just like that.
And Wolf Recon, kudos to them for showing up with a man down and still going at it.
Still, instead of saying, okay, you know what, we're just going to withdraw because we can't get our other guy here, right?
Yeah.
They're like, we're going to go.
Which
We're
is
gonna-
impressive. That they didn't even ask or ask that danger lower their count.
No,
They
they
just
didn't.
went.
They just went.
And
Again, that goes back to what I'm saying about Wolf and Recon. These guys they're professional.
Yes.
I think we're going to see great things from them over time, given the way that they're playing right now. So we've got Danger in red on the north, Wolf and Recon in blue on the south, and they're getting ready to engage.
And we see that Wolf and Recon here bringing some heavier guns. Two T-64s, a Type 69 Mark II, which is pretty much a T-64. Starship and an 04. They only have one lap 300 this time, and it looks like they might be going for a hard Western line push.
They might be. Well, they're all going west, so I think you're on it right there, Raux. But with that much heavy armor, and nothing else, that's going to give them an advantage on the main battle tank front. And that should, in theory, help them in the course of the game. Down a man, I think if I was down a man, I would can the scouts right away. I would go full main battle tanks, and I would be defensive.
If this was a tier higher, I wouldn't do that. I'd go full.
But we're not a tier higher.
We're not, unfortunately. And the reason I say that is because a tier higher, you have the Bagel Panzer, or the Belgian Waffle Maker, as some people call it. That thing is amazing, especially if you get it in a group in Wolfpack people. But
Yeah?
that's what I would do if I was man down.
Okay, so Danger's now found them and has run away, which is smart. If I was in a Lab 300 and saw that many main battle tanks coming at me, I would run away.
Yeah.
But Wolf and Recon here, working hard to even the score early and bring down one of the Danger tanks that kind of stayed behind to see what was going on.
Right. And
So-
here's the thing. Right now, Wolf and Recon is all together in one clump. Okay.
And that is to their advantage.
It is. If they push out right now and take this advantage and knock out Danger, it'll be amazing. And it looks like
There it is.
knocked out.
And there it is. They are now even
They are
teams.
now
So
even.
Wolf and Recon is brought to even. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Now let's see if they can go up a tank. That's probably their next objective. Let's just get up a tank as they try to find the next ones. But they're going to be a little harder pressed as the rest of Danger went to the cap circle.
Yeah. But they haven't started capping. But now they've surrounded and kind of set up a defensive line, which could be hard to break. Then again, Wolf and Recon has the high ground, which is a huge advantage.
It is a yes and no, depending on how you play. So, looking forward to see how this plays out. But kudos to Wolf and Recon for figuring out how to at least bring the teams early. Oh, and they're down 2 tanks. So that didn't work out so well for them, but they did get it down to where the teams were even early, and that was great. It was brilliant on their part.
It was. But I like how Wolf and Recon is learning. That
Yes.
They do better every time we see them, and that's
Yes.
awesome.
And like I said at the beginning of this, they're constantly bringing new ideas, new strategies, new approaches, and they've taken another Danger tank out. So they're only down 1 tank. Wolf and Recon is really bringing the fight today. This match is awesome because they're bringing it in, and now they're down 2 again, but still, that I think they've been holding their ground really well, and we'll see how it plays out.
And it looks like I don't think Wolf and Recon's pulling back from this.
Well, no, I don't.
Yeah,
Okay, now they're down 3 tanks.
yeah,
It's gonna be a little
3.
bit harder.
It is, and they're on low health. And here we can see a little bit of a misplay by the C-64. I think he needs to get himself turned around to face the incoming threats.
Yeah,
And
well,
he may have bounced that shot if he was.
hard to
I may
say.
be a
And there it
little
is.
nitpicky there. I'm
So-
not in the situation. I'm not having all of the adrenaline running through me. I'm just sitting back in a chair and commentating. What do I know?
Yeah. You know, the beauty of being an armchair quarterback, right, is you don't make any mistakes because you don't actually do anything other than talk about it. So that does make it easy. So Danger goes up 6-0 against Wolf and Recon. Wolf and Recon doing an amazing job this time around of not only getting in the game, but bringing the teams to even early. And I think that worked out well. So the next match is going to be negotiated by the teams. I believe, if we look at the rules here, I'm going to check the rules really quick as to which team chooses the final map. Team that has the most surviving tanks in the last battle or won the last battle has choice of side for Game 7 in standard mode.
So Wolf Recon.
No. The team
No,
that has
no,
the
no,
most
Danger,
surviving.
sorry.
So Danger
My-
gets to choose
my
which
brain
side
left
they
the
want to
building.
be on, and it looks like they're swapping sides. And we are going to a standard mode battle, and the map should be Roughneck. So we're going to change over to Roughneck, and we are going to see they're changing. So Danger has said that they want to be on the A side, not on the B side. Or not. I don't know. They're still playing games. We'll see. Danger gets to choose. However this comes down, Danger's going to choose which side they want to be on. It looks like Danger is choosing the B side now as they go back to that. So
And it'll be Roughneck on standard.
yeah, and Roughneck on standard. So looking at this one, if you're Wolf and Recon, it looks like they got. Oh no, one of the Danger players is over there still. If you're Wolf and Recon, what do you bring here? Do you bring the heavy tanks again? I think you bring the heavy tanks again. That
Yes.
worked really good for them. Matter of fact, if it was me, and it looks like they are, they've got Type 69-2, Starship, T-64s, and O-40s coming in for Wolf and Recon. I think they're going to go all heavy and toss the scouting out the door.
And I'm curious here. Something was said in the chat just now. Kabootity again. Sorry, I'm going to call you Kaboo. We're going
There
to
you
call him
go,
Kaboo.
Kaboo.
Kaboo. He wonders how many challenges are needed to make a bridge. Chat, what do you think? How many challenges do you need to make a bridge? And we're going to talk about the River Point stream going on there. How many challenges do you think you need to make?
On River Point or
Yeah.
Roughneck?
River Point. River Point, there's that stream going all the way down the west side of the map.
How
How many
challenge-
challenges does it take to build a bridge?
I don't know, but
Somebody's gonna
Grinley says 6. So the broadcast booth says 6, and heaven knows they're smart enough. I wouldn't know how many challengers it would take to make a bridge.
You don't know how many challenges it take?
And Tank Blaster is saying 7, and you can make a dam, not just a bridge, but you can stop the whole stream. That would be. I wonder if the physics in the game would account for that and actually start running over the tops of the challengers. And would you drown if you did that? I don't know. So let's hear something from Billy Bob while we're waiting, and we'll roll from there.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. I'd just like to thank those guys over at Gorlon's Armory and Armored Warfare for making it so easy to hijack their signal, sell my wares. Just like my grandpappy Zhang used to say, son, if you can't marry a wolf, buy a shishkin. And if that's too much, call Billy Bob's for all your tank needs. Billy Bob, Tank Supplies. All shipping handled through Pillar Express. Wait times vary from never to not going to get it. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. Tired of all that ice making your tank slip and slide around? You need Billy Bob's anti-slip and grip pellets. Just one bag of this, you'll get all the grip you've ever needed. Climb anything, climb anywhere. Never slide back, just tank forward. Billy Bob's, we get you there. Anti-slip and grip pellets only available on Neptune. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, out shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank. Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required. doggy, Billy Bob here. Is the Artie too much for you? Tired of constantly getting raining shells and missiles? Wish it would just stop. I got it. The Artie umbrella, just in time. Only 1,999 credits. Pop this baby up, let it rain, because it's the only thing it's gonna stop. Keeps you dry, but your tank's still smoking. Billy Bob's. You don't want it, but we got it.
Okay, and we're back. And thank you, Billy Bob. We appreciate you too. And now we are getting ready for the 7th and final match, Wolf Recon 1 versus Danger. We're going to have Wolf Recon 1 on the A side and Danger on the B side on Roughneck. Standard encounter, 10 minutes. And Wolf Recon 1...
Bring in the heavy stuff again.
They're bringing the big tanks. They're bringing the big tanks. The Type 69-2, we haven't seen that in a while. We saw that early. In week 1, we saw Type 69-2s.
Yep.
But then everybody kind of backed off of them.
Right.
So...
and it looks like that Danger's still going 3 lap 300s, 2 B... Wow. Never mind. Everything's lap 300s except for 2 tanks.
Yeah, Danger going the day. Okay, you want to bring you want to bring main battle tanks? We're gonna bring tank destroyers, and this should be a fun fight. This should be a very fun fight because Danger is now incredibly mobile,
Very mobile. But if Wolf Recon gets in a cap circle, you're gonna have problems.
No, because Danger can reset it too easily.
I don't know. We've tested this. I've seen people cap out on this map. Even when the other side has the cap out advantage. You have to play it right, and you have to do it fast. And you have to do it coordinated.
But I don't know that Wolf Recon can get, because doesn't the A side start north?
The A side starts, I don't know. Roughneck is rough for me.
Because,
no pun intended.
Because the southeast corner, where I think the B side starts, has the advantage on getting to the cap circle. And the northwest corner, where the A side starts, that north corner where the west side, where the A side starts, has the advantage for holding the north line. So I think that's how it plays out. I could be wrong on that. You don't get into custom matches. We need to be in more. I need to be in more custom matches so I understand these maps. And I had it backwards, of course. So starting from the A side, Wolf and Recon does have the advantage on getting to that cap circle, but it's a standard match. So it's not an encounter match; it's a standard.
Ooh.
So
Which means you can't bum rush the cap circle like I was
can't
hoping.
bum rush the cap circle because it's standard. So this will be very interesting to see. This works. This setup actually works to Wolf and Recon's advantage, as they will get into the town straight away and kind of mitigate the danger of all those fast-moving tank destroyers.
Right. But then again, we've also seen that in a lot of PvP matches, whoever bum rushes the north wins.
Yeah, well, we see that happen, yes. For those that heard the nice sonic ping right there, that was my phone. I apologize.
Right, and Zach is saying 69 challengers to build that bridge.
69.
Yes.
Okay, that's a lot of challengers. I'm not sure you can get that many into a match. Okay, so here we go. And Wolf and Recon is taking a defensive position.
They're camping by the cap circle. This could be fun. This could be fun. They can't have tanks come up behind them now. Because there's a line there.
They can, no, yeah, because they can't leave the map. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out. A creative approach, again, by Wolf and Recon. These guys constantly coming up with ideas on how to play these maps and how to play these situations very creatively. And we see that interesting Danger has gone entirely north, which, of course, plays to the tank destroyers.
Yep. But it doesn't matter, because they're sitting there left. Fort Knox here, guys. Guys, remember the Alamo, guys. We got this. That's what they're saying.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Well, you know what would be interesting is if Wolf and Recon could hide their tanks well enough that Danger couldn't spot them until they were right on top of them. And then come out from their surprise area and at least take one tank with them.
Yeah.
As they go, surprise, here we really are. Boom. And just focus fire him down.
You can see that Danger's like, where they at? Where they at?
Yeah. Well, of course they're saying where they at. They're expecting them to either go north or go into the refinery, and they're not going to either. It would be interesting to be on Danger's comms right now to hear the conversation going on. This is a very creative approach by Wolf and Recon. I love it.
Yeah,
I love that they're trying something new. I love that they're saying, okay, nothing else has worked for us. Let's do this.
Yep. And I also like the fact they're sitting there, and I'm just imagining in my head that this is what that BMD1 is thinking. Who are you gonna call? You're gonna call Ghostbusters to find these guys because they're just not showing up everywhere.
Yeah, because they're not finding him, and of course, rightfully so. So now Danger's getting spread out. We see Danger.
And this BMD1's about to get surprised. Unless he spotted them. Did he spot them first? And he's getting
No,
ready?
I still don't think they've spotted him.
You don't think so? I think the BMD1 might have spotted them,
He might have.
which is why he'd be back.
Okay. Yeah, and we see Danger responding now. I think they've worked out how they're going to flank this. They're splitting. They're going to go north and south and come at him from two different sides, which is smart when you've got an encamped opponent. Try to come at him from two different sides.
But if the encamped opponent pushes one side early enough, you have to do it early, then they can pull out of that, which would be fascinating to see.
Right. So the other question is, it looks like Danger spotted Wolf and Recon. Did Wolf and Recon spot Danger? And it looks like they did because they're throwing smoke. So yeah, there's been some engagement there, or at least, yeah, there's some bullets flying now as Danger is coming in from the south. Yep, and here they go.
Here they go, and you can see how well entrenched these tanks are. They've escalated off of each other to get shots, and the Starship using its taller profiler to get shots and better gun depression to hit over the rock, which is very good. If they can whittle these guys down as they come in, this could be interesting. But I'm seeing that, well, Danger's taking some damage here, but Wolf and Recon, I think they're getting the short end of the damage stick as this progresses. And Wolf and Recon really needs to deal with these guys on their west flank quickly because the rest of them are coming from their north flank, and that could spell catastrophe for them as well. I'm typing in the chat. Ignore me.
Ignore you. Oh, well, that's not very hard.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I couldn't resist that one. So here we go. Oh, and so now they're pushing out. Wolf and Recon is now pushing west as they try to make this their game instead of Danger's game.
And that could work really well because you have that low ground where you can go down. They have to push it fast and hard, though. Otherwise, they're going to be in a lot
and they're down a
of
tank,
trouble.
so they just lost a tank.
Because now what's going to happen is they're going to come. The Danger's going to come behind them with their better mobility and guns, and they're going to get wrecked now because they didn't push out early enough, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Right? I agree with you. They're going to get wrecked. Yeah, because they're losing tanks now pretty fast. But I don't know about pushing out early enough. I mean, that's a tough one to call. When is early enough? But I give Wolf and Recon credit again. Here these guys are coming up with ideas, saying, all right, let's try this. Let's see what we can do. Let's try to make this one work. And now they're stretched out pretty thin. And I think Danger's mobility is going to come into play.
I'm going to make a call here. I think Wolf and Recon is probably going to stay in the Soldier of Fortune bracket this tournament. Okay?
Maybe not. I don't know.
They
The top
move up.
10. The top 10 go. There's only 18 teams.
Right. I'm just saying. Let's say they're saying Soldier of Fortune for a minute.
But look, in the first 3 weeks, Wolf and Recon has drawn both Guerrilla and Danger. They're done. They're done with that now. Now they can focus on the rest of the teams that are more at their level.
I lost all of that. I'm sorry. I was paying attention
Oh,
to the
yeah.
chat.
Fine. Raux. We really miss you, Bullets. When you get back, we can't wait. All right, so Danger is taking the last one. We've finished the tournament. Danger taking it 7-0. It was a great tournament. A wonderful fight, again, by Wolf and Recon. Again, some very creative strategy ideas and tank metas, and we're excited to see it. And now we go to the giveaways. It's time for some free stuff, folks.
Free stuff.
Free stuff. So we're going to run Billy Bob for me. We're going to cut to Billy Bob here while we do some of our raffling ideas. And then when we have that, we'll come back and announce some winners.
I don't think we can't announce winners for the.
Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. You like the Striker missile boat? So do I. You tired of always running out of ammo? Me too. Well, I've gone and done it again. The Striker missile boat piggyback. You tow it behind you when you need more ammo, get out and reload. Then the Striker missile boat piggyback. It carries all those little extras you need and want. It carries the load till you explode. Trailer will explode when hit, so will you. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. Mark 6 for you. Got all the shot power covered, but you lacking speed? Turret turning a little slow? Man, I've got it. Billy Bob's Quick Lube. Only 48,000 credits. Get that turret twisting, those tracks are rolling. Guaranteed to pick it up by 38%. Even helps with reloads. Billy Bob's Quick Lubes. Wish this product was real, never going to be made. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob's here. You tired of getting hit when you sneak in a peek? Billy Bob's pop-up periscope. You pop it up, see what's happening. Then you can get your shots in when it counts. No hits on you, out shots on them. Man, this is something we need. Down pop-up periscope, on to the next tank. Pop-up periscope is just cardboard with 2 mirrors, all supplied by you. Some assembly is going to be required. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. The Lab 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I'll tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's Try Another Tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them. Woo, doggy, Billy Bob here. The Lab 300 got too much hop. You running down tanks, bouncing all around. Every time you hit something, it goes the other way. Ooh-wee, it's like having a jackrabbit at the back end. I'll tell you what, if this is happening to you, try out Billy Bob's Try Another Tank. It gets rid of all those pesky problems. Billy Bob, you got problems? We solve them.
Okay, we have some winners. And Raux?
Due to some complications that was noted in the chat, we will not be announcing the winners for the WZ1224, but we will be announcing the 2 winners for the Mark 6 leaders we are giving away. We have from we have Dauntless 2000.
From the North America server.
Yep.
Thank you, Dauntless, for entering, and congratulations. You will have that email within an hour with a code to your Chieftain Mark 6.
Indeed, and we have also Immortals, who also won the Mark 6 leader.
We're talking about the Mark 6 leader, Raux.
Yes, Mark 6 leader.
He also won a WZ.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So we are announcing the WZ winner then.
No,
No.
it's just Immortals won them both, and because we have his email for both, we can see his in-game name.
Okay, so Immortals, congratulations. You have won the WZ and a Chieftain Mark 6.
Congratulations.
Yeah, kudos to you today for that. And I believe that that's it. Folks, thank you so much for watching and participating with us. We really appreciate you viewing. If you like what you've seen and heard, subscribe. We've got some really cool reviews that we do. Raux does some tank reviews.
I'm planning to do more in the future. They haven't been up recently. I've been pretty busy with my job.
Yeah, so, but we've got more reviews coming. Which the one you're working on right now, Raux?
It depends. I'm waffling between, you guys could let me know. I'm waffling between the XM8, the Stingray 1. I don't like the Stingray 1 too much. And I think, what was the other one? The BMD4. I'll put the BMD4 out there. Let me know what you guys would like reviewed, and I will review it. Go ahead and look at our channel. You'll see the awesome, wonderful reviews that we have there.
Yeah, and then if you like the stream and what we're doing, please click on the like button. That helps us out, and so that we can hopefully know that we're doing a good job. I am Cerebius.
And I'm Raux.
And you guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you.